You know that feeling when something is slightly off, but you can't quite put your finger on it? That's how it started for me. I moved into a quaint little apartment downtown, drawn to its old world charm and quirky character. But it wasn't long before I noticed that every time I blinked, something shifted. A chair would nudge closer to the table, a picture frame tilted ever so slightly, or a shadow would elongate in the wrong direction. At first, I thought it was just my imagination, a trick of the dim light filtering through the heavy curtains. But then the changes became more pronounced, and I couldn't ignore them any longer. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, leaving the room bathed in twilight, I decided to test it. I stood in the center of the room, blinked deliberately, and watched in horror as the couch slid a foot across the floor. With each blink, the room reshaped itself, a silent dance of furniture and fixtures. The antique clock on the wall ticked louder, its hands spinning backward, counting down to some unknown event. I felt as if I was being watched, though I was alone. Or was I? It dawned on me that the room was alive, shifting and breathing with a will of its own. Determined to confront whatever was orchestrating this madness, I stayed awake for hours, forcing my eyes open until they burned and watered. But eventually, exhaustion won, and I blinked. When I opened my eyes, the room had transformed into a maze of towering bookshelves, the walls narrowing and stretching to claustrophobic heights. Panic set in as I realized I was trapped, each blink further disorienting me, the exit a distant memory swallowed by the shifting labyrinth. My heart raced as shadows twisted into grotesque shapes, whispering my name from the depths of the growing darkness. In a final, desperate attempt to escape, I bolted towards where I thought the door might be, only to collide with a solid wall. As I slumped to the floor, defeated, the room seemed to close in tighter, suffocating in its embrace. With my last ounce of strength, I blinked once more, resigned to whatever fate awaited me. The room stilled, returning to its original state, but now it felt like a stranger's domain. I was an unwelcome guest in a space that no longer recognized me, and I knew in my heart it was only a matter of time before the room decided to rearrange me, too.